Hey guys, Joe Fish here, and I'm late. Sorry. Had some family over, and they left late, so I lost track of time. Sorry, guys. I got my kids down too, so that was a task in itself, as it usually is. I'll try and pull this up, guys. Sorry. I'm sure nobody's probably in here anyway. I don't know why it's not letting me log out. Hold on, guys. Trying to pull this one up. What's going on? Switch account for the fifth time. Go to my channel. Last time it was not this difficult. I don't know if that's right or not. Go to home, my channel. Come on now. I've got 40 guys in here. Cool beans. Try and turn this. That way I can just look up at you guys. Got 6 people in here. Joe, EDC, Grunts, Jonathan, Darren, Nathan, J&J. How's it going, guys? Sorry I'm late. My hair's all messed up, so you're going to see my bald spot real well. I forgot to put a hat on. I'm going to make a drink. Yeah, solar power. Now this love machine is down to 3 wheels. Yeah, I know I'm late, James. I know. Sorry, had family over. And by the time they left and I got my kids down, I lost track of time. What's going on? What's going on? A couple more minutes here if people roll in. No more drinking for Darren, huh? It's only my 3rd one, so it's probably be my last one for the night. First 2 are a little stiffer, so I'm trying to wind down. Alright. Like I said, I'll give a couple more minutes for some more people to roll in before I announce the winner. That way, if there's guys joining and they haven't gotten in on that video, I'll give them kind of a last-minute chance to do that. No problem, J&J. It was a pleasure of mine. Grunts. I am sipping on cucumber, lime, Svedka vodka, and ginger beer. A Moscow Mule. I don't have any actual limes, so oh, I bet 60 people. Ugh. Maybe like 5 people, and I'm just ready to kick everyone out. It is a big bottle. I buy big bottles like that because when I do drink every day. I'll go through a bottle in about 3 or 4 days, but I haven't done that in a long time though, because I've got another one out in the snow. If you guys have never had a Moscow Mule, try one. They're good. And if you can try it with a cucumber vodka and still with the lime, that is banging. The giveaway is the Samurai box. I'm giving that away, and I also had to discuss this coming month's box, which is Frost 2. That'll be for this month's giveaway. Yeah, the Samurai. So if you haven't already, go to the Samurai video, go down in the comments, and comment the words Bushido code, and that'll get you into that drawing if you missed it. Oh, Jerry's Woodshop. I have some more out in the snow, out by my driveway, for when I have to shovel snow, or just stand by my driveway. I'm like Hank Hill, but there's just one of me. Instead of, I don't have 3 buddies to come drink with. I have one, but he's technically on probation. So what's going on, everybody? Sunday night, thank you for being here. There's no football on, so there's nothing better than hang out with this guy. Let me go ahead and open up a new tab here. Oh, The Walking Dead. Yeah, I don't have AMC, so I watch my Walking Dead on Netflix. So I'm like a season behind. So no spoilers, guys. I've actually done the last 2 seasons that way. Let's go. 1 second, guys. Just trying to set everything up. I have kind of rushed to get this going because they left early. My kids haven't seen my nephew and nieces in a while, and they just freaking went bonkers to the point where every day this week my youngest has gone to bed about 11:30 midnight-ish, and he was out 10 after 9, quarter after 9, I think, actually. So he was tuckered out. They played hard. All them kids did today. All right, 1 second here. All right. 10 people in here. Awesome. Awesome. Just trying to get everything set up, guys. There we are. Shoot. No, I don't want to do that. Get out of here. Alright. We're going to go here. Alright. 1 second. Check back in with you guys. I got 1 page set up, and that's just kind of going. Yeah, I like the patch. I think that would make a neat tattoo. Hunting with J&J, you're going to want to go to the Samurai, the Alpha Outpost Samurai unboxing video. It would have been like 5 videos ago. And go down to the comments and write Bushido code to get entered into the giveaway. Yeah, Darren, I've been there. Waking up with them kidneys hurting after a few days. weird. Let me just kind of. This next patch coming up, I kind of cheated and looked at it just for a couple seconds, just because I wanted to see. The next patch is pretty sweet. James, I'd love to have a drink with you, buddy. I think we'd have a good time. Jonathan, good for you, buddy. If that was a problem, good for kicking it. It's not easy. Yeah. Yeah, Grunts, that'd be cool. I always like seeing some new ink. Was gonna get mine finished up too here over the winter, but I went and broke my ankle, so I'm putting that off too. You didn't get an email about that shipping then, James? And those of you who don't know, please go check out Video Addict and like his page. He does so many more boxes than I do. He does the higher tier ones, and he does them justice. He gives a great, honest review of what he finds in a box. So, yeah, maybe you might. They don't tell you when they drop you, James. You just don't get the email 1 month, and then you kind of forget about it. And then the next month you're like, man, shouldn't I have gotten that? That kind of happened to me through my gap in between getting them. I forgot. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to do any type of physical therapy for this. If it heals right when I go to get my cast taken off, he's just gonna put me in a boot. So, I mean, if I have to, I will. I've seen guys struggle. My dad had the shoulder problems throughout high school. It didn't look like he was having fun. Yeah, the Junk for James boxes, I love watching those because it really paints a picture of the view of how people view James. Like when they're putting these boxes together, I think James will like this. I always like watching him get those. He lights right up. It's kind of how I feel when I open these boxes every month. I get a little excited sometimes. Until I open it up and go through it and realize I just got like a pack of socks and maybe a cool flashlight. Yeah, I try. I don't really sugarcoat much of what I get in these boxes because there's no point. I don't benefit from really sugarcoating it, so. I mean, if you guys noticed, I went on kind of a spiel on my last video over that Nook. That was like a 10-minute portion of a 15-minute video just talking about that stupid thing. Man, that sucks, Grunt. I hope I don't have to go any much longer than get my cast off. I'm ready to go back to work. Alright, guys. Let's see here. Let's see here. Just kind of go on to the next page here, setting this up. Try and do it piece by piece, give people time to roll in. Since I was late, so least I could do is kind of try to push it back a little bit. All right. All right, I'm gonna play this apparently. Oh yeah, I gotta share it. Copy that. Be back with you guys in a second. Just had to navigate away from the chat. All right. We're there. I'm back. All right. James, why are you in a solstice? You require a minimum of F100 or F-150 series pickup truck. Yeah, Grunts, I didn't like the Nux. I don't even know why they put a second Nux in there, because if I remember from last year when they put a Nux in there, that thing was destroyed. People hated that. Oh, he's on a hot date, huh? That's cool. Good luck. Just scrolling back here. Yeah, 4 pounds of candy. Wit likes the boxes. I feel bad because I forgot to get something for Wit in my junk for James box. So I owe Wit one. Maybe I'll do a junk for Wit box. Yeah, Dynamic Prepper. He's like a positive review only when it comes to Tac Pack. I've never seen him go, well, you know, this is a so-so item. Nothing like that. But he does a lot of like close combat martial arts training and stuff. So to him that might make more sense as a likable item for him. He might also live in a state where he couldn't get in trouble for having it, or he has the right paperwork to have and carry one. I didn't like it that they specifically said, you know, this is basically, it's a keychain right in the card. They even called it a keychain with a $50 value. Like that, if you're gonna call something a keychain and say, hey, you know, this is only good as a piece of art for your keys, a red flag should have popped up somewhere, like when they put a $50 sticker on it. Yeah, I think Wit should get a lot more junk for Wit boxes. Yeah, Darren, the video he had the other day where Wit was just walked up and stopped in the doorway and just looking up at him like, dude, you got treats. I know. Wit's pretty funny. Yeah, the value, $50. Like I said, I mean, maybe if it was like a $10 and you tried to pass it off as a keychain, that might have been all right. But when a whole third of the value of the box is supposed to be that, I mean, it's like, and this isn't their fault, but that 9-line long sleeve hooded T-shirt that they sent, they didn't have that in my size. And when I emailed them about it, they're like, well, sorry, we don't have your size. And I said, well, that kind of sucks because that's like a big portion of the value of the box, and I'm giving it away. I don't buy these boxes to give stuff away, although I do sometimes. I do a lot of the times. But that's mostly like a shirt that doesn't fit me, or a hat I won't wear, or a mag carrier that I don't think I'll ever use because I just don't like it. Yeah, I agree. Brings the box level of crap, or value to crap. Oh, also, after I finish up here, I have a little how-to video of some lanyards I put on this knife today. I put one on, and I went through and did it a couple times just to practice, and then I left it on the last time and thought, I'm going to make a video and do this piece here. So this one isn't on camera, but this one is. So I did a little how-to video on it. I've been bored, so I've been kind of just changing up my normal routine of what I watch on YouTube, and I thought, you know what, I'd like to learn something since I'm stuck on my ass all the time. So I've been watching this video and just kind of like replaying it over and over again, and today was the first day I actually started tying these knots. And after about the third or fourth attempt, I got her good. Just picking up from different stuff that I hadn't seen in any other video how-tos on this. So, I don't know, I think I did a good job. The mag carrier for 9mm. Jonathan, you talk about the that Bulldog one that I did in my last live stream? That was a few boxes ago. Or a few months of boxes ago. Yeah, EDC, I know for a fact this month is going to be a good month for AR parts. There's one part in particular that I had been purposely putting off buying because I wanted to get it in one of these boxes, and the people at TacPack pretty much confirmed it. So I'm hoping, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but no, not an upper. Maybe, who knows? They have a weird way of billing these hypes that they have. Like, they'll say, you know, if anyone follows our social media, you'll know what we're talking about. And then you go through and you look at like 6 months worth of comments and you're thinking upper, and then you get like a cleaning kit. So that would be cool if they sent an upper next week or next month. That would be super cool. Got 9 people in here now. Just to reiterate it, guys, if you don't know already, I'm picking the Samurai winner tonight. Go back to that video, comment Bushido code if you haven't already. If you want the box, do that to get entered in on it, guys. Yeah, EDC, that would be cool. That would be cool. But unfortunately, you know, what would end up happening is we'd get like a American Buffalo knife and tool box. And we'd get like a multi-tool, a couple flipper blades, and then maybe like a fixed blade with a polymer sheath or something. But that would be cool. Especially, and I also think that would be cool because there's so many American, you know, manufactured and ran AR-15 parts companies right now. Like, a lot of vets got out of the military and that went into, you know, tactical stuff. You know, you just see the market is flooded with stuff like that. But that would be cool. I mean, it'd be a good way to give back to a lot of the vets, too. Yeah, another thing with those lanyards, and I kind of touch on it in the video, I'm going to start putting those on some of the knives that I make on what I'll call like the survival series ones. And those will be like the blades that have, you know, a nice sheath, like a Kydex sheath with a ferro rod. And it'll have that. Every once in a while I'll do something like that. I think that would be cool. Jonathan, I think so. I think so. All right, what do you guys think? You think I should wait a little bit longer before I pick the winner, or just do it now? Yeah, Jonathan, that's the part that I've been putting off. Specifically, I didn't want to buy because I know I'm like, I'm going to buy this, and then 2 weeks when I get a box and open up and I get one, I'm going to be so mad. Let's do it now. Joe, I'm going to get your box out to you, bud. I'm sorry for the delay. After I broke my ankle, I had my whole finances were all kerfuffled, so I got my unemployment and my sick pay is rolling in now, so I will get your box out to you here probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know, but it'll be sometime this week. Um, yeah, I didn't forget about it. I just a lot of other stuff I had to shift around and move around and stuff. So, um, tell you what, it's 9:53 at 10 o'clock. I'll pick the winner, so we can just kind of chat now a little bit, and then we'll get to that. Yeah, no problem, Joe. I'm like I said, I'm sorry. I've been a while to get it out to you, but yeah, I think it was like the 26th or something like that. I broke my ankle, and here it is, the 17th. So it's been a long time off. Being off of work kind of throws a huge wrench in the gears. I get my cast off on the 4th, and we're throwing my youngest boy's birthday on the 3rd, so that's going to be fun on crutches. Here, can you take our picture? Yeah, I know. BattleBox really took a hard left turn from tactical and survival to then like a lot more survival to now it's just survival. Um, they've completely abandoned all tactical coolness that they had going for them. Barrel and Blade has shifted somewhat away from it, but that was only because they put out they made a group for us subscribers to be a part of. Then they polled us, asked us our opinions on stuff, and pretty much the group voted on doing themed boxes instead of just random bits of gear, which BattleBox is trying to do, but yet they still had a theme for this month. So, I guess, but I like Barrel and Blade. I think they're staying in a direction that's still pretty cool. I mean, you're still getting like survival stuff, but you're getting like tactical survival. Like that poncho could have just been a green or blue or red poncho, but they chose to make sure that people that were getting the ponchos were, with the digital camo. Yeah, Grunts, that a $70 hammock, that'd be a little rough. All right, so we got 10 people in here. Darren Williams, you feel old, huh? So I still like Barrel and Blade. When I lost Gunner Crate, I looked hard at what I wanted to get for another box to replace that. I really thought about going to BattleBox, and then they started really drifting away from the tactical side of it. So I went with Barrel and Blade, and then the first box I got was that knife sharpening kit, or the knife sharpening box. The second one I got after that was, I don't remember exactly what it was. I want to say it was the belt, the tactical belt that they sent out. And then I got that plate carrier and that pack and a camel pack. And I like where they're going with it. It's survival, but it's like you're going to be the warrior in the apocalypse survival, Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan, that's what we would call tactical. That's like the big laser set that you're gonna put on your gun that you're gonna use like never because you go to the range during the day. Unless you're one of those few people that has access to some sort of urban training ground or you are poaching at night, you're not going to use half of that shit. Pardon my French, but man cans. I've seen man can stuff, and they're by that. The guy makes a lot of YouTube videos, and he does a lot of like the meltdown ones where he pushes a gun too far. At least those are the videos that I watch of him. Man, I cannot remember his name. It's like Iraq Veteran 888 I think is his name. He also has a channel by that. If you guys want to see an AR-15 explode, or an AK-47 explode, or a Glock melt to a glop of crap, go check that out. Those are pretty cool. Yeah, Iraq Veteran 888. I'm surprised I remembered that. Yeah, Grunts. I got bad knees too, so that's... I feel you there, buddy. Darren turns 54 this year. Bud, I'm going to be 34 this year, so you got 20 on me, but here I am, bald, gray-haired. You probably look better than I do at my age, or at your age. Yeah, Survival Box. I like them. I thought about getting that. I think when my boys get a little bit older and they get into like Boy Scouts, I might pick up one of them survival boxes because, you know, we could do a lot of cool stuff with that. I need to show that. Yeah, Darren. Darren seems to be our resident old man on this group. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about, Jonathan, but I didn't have a lot of the stuff I've been getting. I've let it go over the years, but now that my boys have gotten older and I can do a little bit more stuff with them, I kind of like the stuff that I get. But, you know, so that's, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's just where I'm at with it. Just because I don't already have the stuff. If I had like 25 ponchos and I opened up a box yesterday and got a poncho, I'd been like, damn it. Another poncho, you know? But, oh, looks like Joe takes the lead. See, I didn't watch the box yet, or the video yet. I don't think Dynamic Preppers put up that box yet. Alright, it's 10:01. I'll pick the winner now. Let me bring it over to this page and grab the camera and bring it around so you guys can see. Let's see here. Ouch. Pinching my finger. Alright, so here we are at the comment generator. This is the link to the Samurai box. YouTube, get new comments. Got 13 unique comments. Start now. Oh, just kidding. What in the Sam? What in the heck? Hold on, guys. What in the hell? Alright. I almost never use this laptop. So, and I haven't done this on this laptop yet. I must have clicked on that. Hold on, guys. What in the hell is going on? This is what I get for doing it different than I normally do. Alright, let's do this again. 13. So that's 1. Pardon me, guys, for my technical difficulties. You know what? Let's go to a different page. Sorry, guys. Come on. There we go. This is a different one. I have never used this one before, but I've never had any problems with the other one, so... It's loading the comments. No, I've never, Darren, I've never paid for the comment generator. I've always went to that last video, or that last web page, and I've always... I have always gotten it to work first time. This is the first time I've had an issue. My freaking internet is so ridiculously slow. That's why this freaking video probably looks like you're watching it through a seizure. Let's just get rid of this. Sorry guys, I can't believe this is being such a pain in the butt right now. Seems familiar. Let's close this crap. Alright. Paste. And we're back again. Let's see if this crap works. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. I mean, how many times did I do that? Hunting and stuff with J and J. Commented Bushido code. Congratulations, J and J. New member to the family here. Alright, let's jump back over here. Alright. Hop back over to the video. The vidya. Congratulations, J and J. Kathy, good to see you. Everybody take a second to congrat J and J, and if you haven't yet, jump over to his channel. He's a pretty cool guy to talk to. I've been frequenting his channel for a while now. If somebody says East Philadelphia and the next comment after that is not born and raised, I'm kicking you out of this comment, this whole video. I'm just gonna, you're not my friend if you can't do that. Yeah, if somebody says West Philadelphia and the next comment after that is not born and raised. I'm gonna be disappointed to say the least. I think I said East Philadelphia the first time. That's why I had to think about it. Alright, J and J. Cool, man. And this is a blade box too, so I think you're gonna like this one. Jay does some outdoor hunting stuff. He does a lot of like live feeds throughout the day of just popping in and chatting and shooting the breeze. I've had so much time on my hands. I've been popping in and out of like live streams all week, and I found some that I like to visit, and it's a good time just chit chatting with people. Yeah, the only place I've ever been to Michigan is Saginaw. That's the farthest into Michigan I've gone. Um, can't say the only part because you obviously go through parts to get to another part inside of the state, but that's where I was at, Saginaw, Michigan. Got 8 in here now. 2 people said, I didn't win. Peace. I'm out. So what is up, everybody? An hour north of Saginaw. Man, it sucked. We went there and it was freaking. She's sleeping. It was in the wintertime, and we got on the other side of Cleveland, and it freaking just blizzard the whole time, like 35 miles an hour from Cleveland to Saginaw, Michigan. Cars trying to pass us, and literally watching them wipe out left and right. My ass almost took a bite of the seat. I clinched up so many times because people kept driving like assholes. That was rough. And I went up a week later. We had that polar vortex. It was 36 degrees below zero or something like that. Yeah, it's snowing right here too, J&J. Almost a whiteout earlier. I kind of walked my sister and her husband to the door and said goodbye. It was like freaking blizzard. Darren, I'll do that. I think I've seen a couple, but I'll double check before I speak offhand. Yeah, that'd be cool, Grunt. That would be cool. Still at work on a Sunday night. Well, I believe. Yeah, we'll see you later, Grunts. Work safe. Yeah, I believe I just added Darren not too long ago, I believe. So I've seen some of your stuff as it posts up, but. Alright, still got 8 people in here, so what's going on? Yeah, watching Blue Bloods. My wife and I both like Blue Bloods, but she fell asleep on the couch, so which is funny because I almost forgot I was gonna make this video, and I was like, man, I'm beat. I'm ready for bed. How about you? It's only like 9 o'clock, and I was like, what time is it? And it was like 10 after 9. My son had fallen asleep on me, so I had her go get him, and then I hobbled my ass into the bedroom to grab the computer and put it on the charger and get my phone up and going. So I didn't forget about you guys. It just got way crazy. You know, that kind of crazy where like, you know, you still have something to do, but then when the craziness stops, you're just like, I want to sleep. And then all of a sudden you realize, I got stuff to do. Yeah, we're kind of all friends at this point in time. Some of you guys have been watching my stuff for a while now, and that's awesome. Some of you guys are new to the channel, and that's awesome too. Yeah. Like I said, my youngest boy, every day this week, 11:30 midnight. Him and I are a lot alike in the terms that I've always been a night owl. So I could be just dog tired all day long, and then as soon as the sun goes down, an hour later, I'm like, let's go. I got stuff to do. I want to just do something. And he's like, he'll start to like mellow out, and then you think he's like, all right, man, he's gonna fall asleep, and then an hour later, he's freaking throwing a big ass ball all through the house and giggling like he just woke up from a nap. He thinks we're gonna win all the time. I'd like to win that. That box would have been nice. This box I think would be nice too, because I don't have an axe right now, so that would possibly be cool. The handle or the wood carving kit, I could use that for knife scales. The wood cup, I think that would just be a nice little item to break out at the next bonfire. Just kind of sit there and drink out of your wooden cup. Oh yeah, Jonathan, my oldest is 3.5, and he doesn't take naps anymore either. And he freaking 5, 6, 7 o'clock, he'll start turning into just a cranky SOB. It's like, you need to go to bed. So then you got, because it's only 5 or 6, then you got to suffer it out for another couple hours till it's like a reasonable bedtime. Yeah, the last couple boxes up until this one have been pretty cool. This one, if you guys don't know, and if you guys haven't had a chance to check out West with Chris, he did a live feed unboxing of this month's box, and he had a strong opinion on it. I'll just put it that way. Hey Roy, don't feel bad about being late. I was late too. I didn't forget, but I almost did. I had some family over, and they ended up staying they ended up leaving right about 9 o'clock, and then I had a couple minutes of trying to get my kids to wind down and fall asleep, so I'm late too. Hey James, what's going on, bud? Glad to see you back. Yeah, Kathy, that's true. He was a few drinks into some whiskey, and his opinion became a little more vulgar as the night went on. It was pretty fun. That's the first one I've seen him get that worked up over. Oh yeah, super shiny hot dog. Yeah, axe dog. Yeah. Shiny hot dog. Yeah, he does get going sometimes with that. Last night was the first time I heard him drop the old F-bomber, like in a string. That's hilarious. So James, what were you up to tonight? Jonathan, how's the Solasta? Yeah, Jonathan, it was. I'm glad you joined. I'm glad he was brought up during James's live feed, because Chris he's a character. The Umbrella Company, is that any good? I was gonna watch that, but it was too chaotic earlier, so I put it off. Oh, the solstice. Okay. Just got home from getting food. Oh, James had a Netflix and chill. And then she said, "What? I don't even get dinner." I got you. Had to get a shoehorn to get out. No women. That's probably a better night then. Yeah, stress-free day. I did not have a stress-free day. I had to go to Olean this morning, um, do our once a week trip to get groceries because it's about an hour drive. Got to drive around a scooter like a freaking loser, but because my wife and I can't split up and put one kid in my cart and one kid in her cart, she has to put both in her cart. Then all the groceries go in mine, and then it's just riding around holding on to my crutches with one hand, looking like a sad dog as she just throws stuff in the cart. Good. I'll definitely check that out. I wanted to watch it, but stuff like that I try to watch when I don't have to chase my freaking kids around, because then I don't get to enjoy the first couple episodes because of that, and then later on I think about it and I'm like, I didn't like that much, and that turns out to be that's the reason why. I've gone back and rewatched stuff I tried watching when my kids wouldn't listen, and then I'm like, why did I ever not watch this? And then I realized, oh yeah, because I had to change a poopy diaper, and then the other one's running around without a diaper, and this one just knocked something over. It's like, oh, EDC, you watch somebody's already got Tac Pack? I perused through the Alpha Outpost one. I kept fast forwarding through the video because I just wanted to see something. Um, I saw kind of what I thought I was going to see, but it wasn't really all that much of a disappointment for myself. So um, I don't know how you could do that, man. I get so excited about Tac Pack and freaking and Barrel and Blade and stuff. Like I I wouldn't want to ruin it. I like flipping that Tac Pack over because that's the correct way to open it. Not with the labels up, James. That's just common knowledge. Um, you flipping it up and just getting that card out and giving it that first glance over and going like, yeah, this is gonna be sweet. Yeah, dude, I really need to get a haircut. Holy cow! I feel like the hair is just making it look worse. Yeah, his thing is like you're covering up the label. Why would you want to cover up your advertising? Um, it makes sense, but after doing it for a while, you know that you can flip that over and just get your card first. And you know what, Jonathan, I've gotten Tac Pack before without ever getting the emails. Um, I've only ever shot them an email like a couple times when it's like, hey guys, I didn't get my Tac Pack, and then they're like, oh well, here's your um, tracking number, and then I get it later that day or the next day or something. So usually, if I don't get an email, I know it's if it's getting way late in the month, that's when I get worried. I got to poke the video addict bear a little bit there. No, I understand you. It's a valid point. I've been on assembly line manufacturing like that where you have the open boxes that are being pre-made, and you're putting contents in pushing it down the line, the next person does theirs, and then it goes down and literally gets closed, taped, and flipped, and then the label. So they could probably just reverse the box at one point in time during that, and it would be an easy transition. So yeah, I know, Kathy. I feel like the same. I feel the same. Yeah, I did notice that their grab bags have different levels. Had I known that and I was working like normal, I would have just bought one of each and did like a unboxing of that. But it'll be a while. I'll still probably do it, but yeah, Jonathan. At some point in time, the guy who makes the boxes and pushes the empty boxes down the line, all he has to do is literally 180-degree turn of the stack of boxes that are in front of him, and put them together and push them down the line. It's not hard. I got James started on this box. I didn't mean to. I really didn't, but I just know that that's a trigger when it comes to this box. Yeah, I mean, James has a good point. It's like paying for a billboard and then like not giving a shit that a tree is covering half of it. But yeah, it's just I've been part of that manufacturing process together, and it all starts with a pallet of unassembled boxes, and then there's going to be a machine or one person who takes that box, turns it up on its edge, tucks the flaps, tapes it, puts it down, and pushes it down. All he has to do is take that box and rotate it 180 degrees. Problem solved. The assembly can go on without a hitch, and at the end, the only difference is when the box gets taped the last time and the label slapped on, it's just done right. Hey, no problem, J&J. Congrats for winning too, by the way, buddy. For those of you guys who just tuned in, right after I get off of here, I'm going to start uploading a video I made today where I tied these lanyards out of paracord, obviously, and I did kind of a how-to. I've been spending so much time sitting on my ass not doing anything, I figured, you know what, I might as well, like, learn something, something useful. So I learned how to tie these knots here in this paracord, and they make pretty cool lanyards. So once I get up and going, I'm going to affix these lanyards to the end of the blade. I think that'll be cool. Yeah, Darren Stirring Pot. James has had that email and that discussion before. And the only box that has ever come with the label not over their logo is like the foregrip box. Yeah, EDC, I do. I know I got to get it going more. I just I actually was starting to make a push for it, and then I just kind of. You gotta watch The Walking Dead. James, don't act like you don't have TiVo, bro. Shame. You got TiVo. But if you gotta go, I understand. It's cool. We're all gonna hang out and have a good time. I feel like he's probably already gone, so. But yeah, if you guys, I'm going to be posting that later. That's going to have the new format to how I'm going to do my videos with my intro and the outro. I don't know if I'm going to keep the outro or not. I like the intro that I have. Interesting thing with that intro, when the tannerite goes off and the smoke rises, look at that smoke and tell me it doesn't look like a Viking ship. That's the reason I've blown up tons of Tannerite. That's the only reason I actually kept that particular video, is because after I went back and watched it, I was like, man, that looks like a Viking ship in the smoke. See, James, you got TiVo. TiVo that shit, bro. Then you can fast forward through the commercials. Yeah, Jonathan, that's because I'm old. I'm old enough that TiVo was a thing. Hey, Winston, what's going on, Bubba? Yeah, I I'm old enough. The TiVo is the thing. TiVo is what I remember. Like, if I want a show to be recorded and I'm at work because I hear about it, I'm like, oh crap, I will text my wife and use the words TiVo. Will you TiVo this on this channel? Boom. I grew up in an old school. Like, my town was like 10 years behind everybody else. Like, to the point now where I feel like I feel confident in making the statement that if I was 5 years older, the amount of time it would have set my town back, it would have been just after the town was able to start dancing in the movie Footloose. Yeah, that is. That's my generation. Jonathan, if you look at a payphone and you say to yourself, there are people that don't know what this is, because that's a real thing. VCR. I had a VCR. I had a VCR long past when I should have had a VCR. To the point where I got excited when like DVD or VHSs were like 25 cents, because I could like, dude, I've got Turner and Hooch on VHS. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to watch this on the resolution of probably the video you guys are watching now. Yeah, like I'm looking at this video on my laptop right now, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if there's a tracking button I can adjust on this to make it better. Yeah, if you guys don't know what tracking is, that's because you're too young. Yeah, tracking. 3 cars ago, my car had a tape deck. Yeah, that's a true story. True story also, someone broke into my car and took the faceplate off my tape deck. Who the hell? Why would anyone want that? That was in 2012. You never know. It's such a small world on here. One of these days, you'll see somebody that you'll 8-track. My grandpa still has an 8-track in his car. He takes it out of one and puts it in the next. 8-track is the way to go. He did it mostly because those are his show cars, so he tries to keep his cars like time era specific. Like, he's got a '78 Cadillac that he bought for like $3,000 that legit looks like it came off the assembly line, because the person bought it, drove it for one whole year, and kept it garage for the rest of its time. Like, you open up the engine and it looks brand new. The whole car looks brand new. That's crazy. Yeah, I remember when CDs started coming out too. Yeah, my town was so old school that if I would have stayed in the town that I originally grew up in, um, the graduating class would have been 13. I actually used to have records. I used to have a record player. I had like Kiss and Beatles and all sorts of. I'm just old school like that. Even now, when I listen to music, I pay for Sirius and I listen to music that's probably already on the radio because it's that old. But the good stuff, unedited. I don't have any more cassette tapes, though. Yeah, computer floppy disk. I remember that. The old Nintendo where you had to get it to go. Kids will never understand the frustration of knowing the game works, but you just didn't blow in it right. Like, just let me. Then you always have that one buddy that goes, "Dude, I'm blowing it. I do it perfect on my games." So then you're watching your buddy blow on the game, and that sounded terrible. I regret saying it immediately. Do you know what I'm talking about? I never did the rubbing alcohol. For cleaning a game, EDC, we always blew in them. The old Nintendos had the little door. I guess you had that up till the... Oh, yeah. Huh. Oh, I'm sure, Jonathan, it was probably terrible. Some dumb kid somewhere like had an issue with his game and blew it out once. It worked and it became a national phenomenon overnight. They had that Nintendo magazine. There was probably an article about that. And then 6 months later, an article about how blowing in your game is bad. Because that's just how fast they were moving with that technology at that time. Alcohol was very great for CDs. I usually used Windex. It's empty. Alright. So far away on crutches. Just learned that watching a goofy show on Netflix. Oh, that it was a bad thing to blow in it, or that alcohol was good for CDs? Or, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure that it was not good for the game to blow in it at all. I almost guarantee that. It's a New York bottle. 5 cents for that sucker. Again, in case you guys are wondering, it is so good. Yeah, I had a Nintendo 64 that my brother gave me. And I had Turok. I don't know if you guys remember what Turok is. If you could get yourself a hold of like an original like Mario Kart with the box for Nintendo 64, that's like $400. That's ridiculous. I got it and thought, man, it'd be cool to have like an old school gaming setup, you know? Get an overhead projector and do like 12-foot tall Mario Kart. That would be neat. Alright. OI makes this bottle. Oh, have a good night, Kathy. I loved 64. 007 GoldenEye, I probably played with my buddy like 6 months straight. Shoot, Darren, I'm sorry, buddy. I'll put this off to the side. And if you guys want a little glass knowledge, I could go over that with you. I was kind of hesitant on it because I don't think y'all are going to be able to see. Especially not with this crappy freaking static that you're looking at, but wait for this to pop up. If you can see on that bottle, it has an OI. That's for Owens, Illinois. They're one of our biggest competitors. This bottle here, which you can see if I peel the label off, well, you might be able to see it. I don't know if you will or not, but if you look there, you can kind of see an outline of a horseshoe. That's our maker's mark. My company actually makes this bottle. That's why I switched to this particular brand. We also make a lot of non-alcohol stuff too. Like we make Grey Poupon jars, the green Tabasco bottles, both sizes of the green bottles. We make both of those. I mean, some alcohols like Arbor Mist. Like if you ever had Arbor Mist, my plant makes those. Let's see here. What else? Mugen David 2020 or Mad Dog 2020, as some people call it. I make all of those flasks. Matter of fact, that's my shop. I specifically make those. So if y'all go out and get some Mad Dog 2020 today, just know that I made that bottle. I don't suggest drinking that shit because it's gross, but go ahead and buy yourself a Mad Dog 2020, and there's a 1 in 4 chance that I made that bottle. That's a true story. Yeah, heart attacks are scary stuff, guys. That's kind of dumb. Paused for that because I was thinking hard about if I was going to go with this story or not. But a little while ago, I want to say it was after Christmas. I was coming home from dropping my kids off to the babysitters, and I see a man laying on the side of the road. So the next road after that was only maybe 100 feet up, so I went up, I saw it, I turned and saw him laying on the ground. I whipped the Yuli, and I came back. At that point in time, he was standing up walking. I said, "Hey man, you all right?" And he says, "Yeah, I got these hay bales from so-and-so down the road, and they're wet and heavy." He's like, "Just torque my back." He's like, "I was just laying on the ground, ease my back." I said, "All right, well, I see somebody laying on the ground, I'm going to stop and help." So, "Well, that's pretty nice of you. Not a lot of people will do that." I'm like, well, I could help somebody. I know how to do CPR. I haven't done it in a long while, but I mean, once you do that class a few times, you kind of get the gist of it for I want to say life, but doesn't mean I couldn't use a refresher. But so I left there. I said, "All right, so and so." He asked who my father-in-law was. He lives just up the road. Blah blah blah. Shot the shit for a minute. So, all right, well, I'll take care. I went up, drove down the end of the road, turned left, and I'm headed home. And let's see here. We'll show that. So I'm heading home, and as I'm going around the corner, I noticed, one car pulled off on the side of the road, then there's a truck, and then there's another car behind that. So as I'm passing the first car, I don't see anything. As I'm passing the truck, I just happen to look over and see a man on the ground receiving CPR and another man standing up on the phone. So I immediately, I whipped back around, I ran up, and I had, I asked, hey, can I help with anything? And they said, no, he's struggling to breathe. This woman's giving him compressions. I said, well, has anybody given him any oxygen? And that, most people that don't realize, like, just giving somebody air in general. And they said, no, I don't have any oxygen, but if you have some, you can give some to him. And I said, no, I meant, has anyone given him any breaths? I had been turned around and had walked up and was there for, 30, 40 seconds before I asked that question. That's a long time to go without, not having a breath. And they said, he's gasping, he's gasping. I said, well, has anyone helped him? I said, no. So I got down and went to tilt his head back, and then I tried to get, was going to give him a breath, but noticed he had a lot of fluid in his mouth, so we rolled him to the side. We cleared that out. I was going to try and give him a breath there, but immediately some more fluid. So we were already past the point in time where giving him a breath was going to do doing him any good, because at that point in time, any fluid in his mouth, I'm going to blow into his lungs, or he's going to suffocate, or I'm going to blow it into his stomach, and then he's going to vomit, and then he's going to probably suffocate on that, because he was, really fighting and grasping. So I just kind of helped do that. A couple minutes later, somebody from the volunteer fire department who lived up the road comes screaming up the road in his side-by-side. He took over chest compressions, asked the same thing. I said, we can't. He went to try. He noticed the fluid. We kept tipping him over to try and clear it. The ambulance got there, and by the time the ambulance had gotten there, he had already gone. He was gone. That's the first time I've ever, I've been around death. I've seen, car accidents. I was in the fire department for a little bit. I was in the fire police because I was still in the course of taking my essentials test, and I wasn't like a full member. I couldn't do a whole lot because I was a junior member, but we had a fire police instructor come and teach the class, and afterwards you got a certificate from the state that you're recognized as fire police, and there's no age limit on that. So I would actually respond to accidents with my buddy who was also in the fire department, and I would help with fire police duties and stuff, and I've seen accidents and stuff like that, but that's the first time I'd seen and been directly involved with trying to save somebody's life, and it didn't work out. But yeah, that was a bummer. That was a bummer that day. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's just one of those things that you experience and learn from it, and try to convey the importance to other people that, hey, if you're in a situation, the compressions are fine, but if you're not breathing, you're not getting any oxygen. Like your heart is pumping a fluid that has none of the nutrients it needs to the organs that they're supposed to go to. Yeah, Darren, that's congratulations on quitting smoking, bud. I had quit when I found out I was having my firstborn, and I went almost 2 years without smoking. I just quit cold turkey, and then I started a new job and uprooted my family, and just, I know it sounds like an excuse because that's really what it is, but I'm back on it, but I have actively worked on the last few months. It's kind of like I know it's stupid to say, but my New Year's resolution to dial back. It's a lot easier now that I can't really get up and go outside because I don't do that in my truck and I don't do it, in my house. Um, and that's just a way of limiting myself to the point where I have, boundaries or zones where not to go. Uh, let's see here. I'm just kind of all over the place there, just trying to bounce back from that a couple minutes ago. No, just bet a few people and used someone from my past to reflect on. Yeah, CPR. That's Roy. That's a cardiac arrest in general. Because I mean, not every time is CPR gonna really affect anything. I mean, if it's a full blown attack, then a lot of times, it's it's good to try maybe, but sometimes it's kind of predestined that you know compressions don't mean much of anything. I tried a bunch of different vapors, Darren, before I found one that helped me quit. Um, I bought a few of those like disposable pens. A couple of them were nice, but they were expensive and they didn't last very long. So I tried a few of the more expensive ones, and I freaking hacked like a 13-year-old trying to smoke his first Lucky Strike. You know what I mean? Like just it was rough. So I tried something else, and then I ended up finding a vape pen that worked, and I quit that for a little bit the second time. And unfortunately, the third time I tried to quit, it just didn't take. Went and bought the same vape and the whole 9 yards, and nothing. Yeah, New Year's, it's one of those hollow promise deals. You know, it's like, for my resolution, I'm going to lose 40 pounds. While you're at a party, binge drinking, eating just the most unhealthiest shit in front of you as a smorgasbord. I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, you're doomed to do it from the start, you know. I thought about doing patches, Jonathan. I've thought about that. Um, I thought about doing the Chantix, but I've had friends tell me the Chantix just give them way weird dreams, and it's weird. So that's why I didn't do the Chantix. Got 6 in here watching. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. We'll go to 11. We'll wrap this up at the hour mark. I know you guys probably got better stuff to do, work to go do tomorrow. So, thanks everybody for popping in. Got 9 more minutes of this. So, you guys got any questions for me? You got anything you want to talk about? We got the open floor, guys. Yeah, Roy, sorry, but I did the giveaway. Crap. Hunting and stuff with J&J won. He's a new guy to the channel. He won that. I think at 10 o'clock I drew the winner of that. I've been on here since about 9:15, 9:30ish. You're welcome, Joe. You're welcome, Jonathan. Matter of fact, when I first started getting sponsored by Alpha Outpost, and this is why I don't really get upset about a lot of stuff with Alpha Outpost, is one, because they liked my channel when it was smaller, a lot smaller than it is now. I think I'm up to almost 250, which is awesome. And just like a week ago, I was at 160. So I've literally almost gone up 100 subscribers in just a week or so. But let's see here. Well, Royal, I was late too, so don't feel bad, bud. I got a terrible start. I probably lost 20 people off the bat just by not being here what I should have, or at least I feel like that anyway. But anyway, they liked my channel enough to they wanted to represent me or sponsor my channel or whatever. And after some back and forth, talking with the representative who represents us representatives, after talking with her back and forth, I floated the idea, hey, I appreciate you guys liking this, and I appreciate you guys sending me this box, but would there be any way to possibly get a second one? One that I can open up, review, and advertise for you guys, and then one that I could give back to my subscribers. Because some of you guys are just the freaking bomb diggity, and regular commenters on here, and regular supporters of the channel, and I appreciate every one of you, because you all are awesome. Joe Fish stamp of approval there. And she said, you know what, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be neat. And I, thanked her up and down 100 times. And, I'm very appreciative, and I'm very lucky and blessed that at least somebody, who does the stuff that I do on here thinks that I have enough value to them to want to help me out, but not only that, but help you guys out by proxy. And that's what's cool. That's why I like Alpha Outpost. Because I could have said, I just want two to have two. Like, one to keep and, like, collect, and then one to, like, destroy or whatever. Whatever reason somebody might come up with that. But I told them straight up, I want to get one for myself to open up, review, and show on this channel of mine. And one I want to be able to give away to somebody every month. Joe, the shop is coming slowly. I did do some tinkering and made a couple like crappy blades that I don't think I'll ever show on here. One of them snapped in half anyway. I did a couple crappy ones just because I didn't want to like start off making a video and literally have you guys be like, this dude doesn't know what he's doing. So I did do some tinkering around. Nothing super crazy. I still got to put like my belt sander together and stupid piddly stuff like that, but it's coming along good. It would be a lot better if I could actually get back down there and get to work like I want. I can't wait till I get this boot off. I'll still be off of work, but I'll have a boot, which means I can get up and walk around normally, which means I can frickin' forge, and I'm super pumped for it. Yeah, both my boys seem to steal the show. I feel like sometimes I get excited when I don't have one of them here because it's like, all right, he's going to go play in the living room and I can do my video like I want to. And then like 2 seconds into it, Daddy, 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 over here. Let me get my hands in this and grab your gun and grab your knife and everything else that like just should not happen. And I'm like constantly trying to read and fumble and fight hands off over here. And, yeah, they help. Grunt Style does not own Alpha Outpost. They have new management, and kind of what I've seen in this last box, the one that has been kind of already done for this month's box. I think it's going to be in good direction too. Oh, also, you guys, while you're here, I completely forgot earlier, but the box that's coming here Tuesday, Wednesday-ish or so, is not going to have a t-shirt in it. I got the email, I noticed it, I didn't even open it and read it. A few days, 4 or 5 days went by, so yesterday, because it takes me a while to get my box from them for some reason, but yesterday I happened to open it up and realized it says only one. So then I had to shoot an email, and the girl got back to me right away, and we just kind of went back and forth. Because I have a weird way, like, I hate when that happens because I don't want to be like, hey guys, you forgot to send me the free box, because I feel like an asshole doing that. So I have to like beat around the bush to get to it, because I just feel weird asking for something that they've already said they were going to do. So it's like I start a little monologue, and then it's like, oh hey, by the way, I also got my email, and only got one. Am I still going to get two? Like, I don't know. But, again, I do that for you guys. And since I don't pay for Alpha Outpost, if I have to spend $8 a month to ship that to somebody, But to get that, open it and review it, to something to do on my channel, but to not only that, but give it back to one of you guys, that's why I do it. That's what makes it exciting to me. Because you guys are awesome. I do this for fun, but a lot of it, these comments I'm seeing right here is really what makes it worth it. There's 6 of y'all watching right now, but there could be nobody. I could just be sitting here watching that counter with a drink in my hand going like, please somebody watch. Just 6 of you guys. And I don't care if it's, 6 or 60. It's just cool to sit here and chat and read the comments. And if you guys got questions for me or, whatever, or we can do that back and forth. That's pretty cool. You're welcome, Joe. Welcome, Jonathan. You guys have always been awesome. So then ever since you guys have joined on, just regular commenters on my videos, and thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Nathan Reed commented Bushido Code. Grunt's House commented Bushido Code an hour ago. Oh, I need to put... Yeah, and James was here, and that's what I feel bad too, because James was here at 9 o'clock, and he was like, yo, dude, like, where you at? Because I picked up my phone after everybody was gone, and I actually had that couple of minutes where I could sit back and be like, oh, man. Because she has Sarah, Jude, Christian didn't come. Christian, I know you're going to watch this, and you suck for not coming. So, Jude, Sarah, Lily, Christian. She's got like 4 kids anyway, my 2, and it's like shaking a bag of puppies, just craziness the whole time. Yeah, I'm sure the delay probably is bad. I did found something online where I could like test my connection by like doing an actual test of my connection, and it's so freaking weak. I'm so far out in the boonies, like literally I have a house phone, and that's only for emergencies because I don't get any cell phone service out here. So like if we have to call 911 or something, I'm willing to pay for a house phone just in case I ever have to, because I live out in the middle of nowhere. And if I ever had here by myself with 2 children and had to get to like help, that's too far away. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and give them a call on Monday and see if there's something. I want to see if I'm paying for premium internet, then I should be getting some damn premium internet. If I'm paying for garbage internet, well, then I need to get better internet, because that's just garbage. So I apologize to you guys. Hopefully the next one I do is a lot better quality. Yeah, and I wanted to talk a little bit about them. When I say my higher end blades that I'm going to make, I meant like there'll be some standalone blades where it's just, a railroad spike forged into a knife. Then there's going to be like a railroad spike San Mai that's forged into a knife with a Kydex sheath that has a ferro rod and some paracord worked into it somehow. I just want to like do a bunch of different stuff. Like I'm chomping at the bit to get to this, and it's like every time I can just reach out and touch it, my work schedule gets changed, or the tongs I ordered came in not correct, or whatever the case is. I break my freaking ankle. Literally, I'm ready to go right now and go right back to it and start making videos for you guys, and then I went and busted my damn ankle, and it's like, that's just frustrating. Yeah, thanks you, Jonathan. I'm hoping I get back to 100% too. My wife is hoping I get back to 100%. She is tired of just... I need the salt and pepper. Like, after she already made my plate and brought it to me, it's like, can you bring me the salt and pepper? I hate being like that. Like, not being able to just get up and get shit that I want to get done. I've got 2 baskets of laundry that are folded, I can't take care of because it's a pain in the ass to do. Oh, Roy, that sucks. I've broken toes before, and it's terrible. When I first started wrestling, I didn't own my own pair of shoes, so I had to borrow shoes from like somebody that I wrestled with, and I broke toes all the time, especially that freaking pinky toe. Just taking that and going with it. Toes suck because there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Take a bunch of Tylenol, get home and drink NyQuil to help sleep. Yeah, and suffer. Yeah. It's like bruised ribs. I had gotten bruised ribs a couple times, and there's nothing you can do with that. And it seems like that's when all this, and if you've never had bruised ribs, if you hang out with a bunch of people that you don't think are funny, as soon as you have bruised ribs, them assholes are going to be dropping Def Comedy Jams level jokes left and right. And you're going to be crying and begging those same dudes that will pop off a joke like, hey, 3 guys walk into a bar, but the 4th one ducked. And that's the end of the damn joke. Shit like that is going to be the funniest in the world, and you can't, I mean, it hurts to pee, let alone roll around the floor laughing. Jonathan, a little correction on that. Any foot damage ruins all parts of life. All of it. Unless I could see certain scenarios where it wouldn't be that big of an issue. I can see that. Thank you to the 5 watching still. You guys all rock. I know it's 11:05. I don't know, you want to stay on for 10, 15 more minutes, or are you guys ready to wrap this up? I don't know if you guys are waiting for me to do something special. I wish I could. I wish I had something for you. I agree, and then I stand corrected, yes. Well, sometimes with this, when even though I'm reading the comments and we're kind of having a dialogue back and forth, I don't know how much of it is just out of someone being like, I'm a nice guy. I don't want to be like, dude, I got better shit to do. But I'm a big boy. I can take it. If y'all got stuff to do, or you want to get to bed, I ain't got nothing going on. I've been going to bed 12:30 anyway, ever since I broke my freaking foot. I try to stay up late so I'm tired so I can just go into bed, hit the bed, and just fall asleep because it is so hard to get comfortable with this damn cast on my foot. It's ridiculous. Oh, it's only 9 in Arizona, and probably 80 degrees warmer too. Yeah, I forget about that time zone thing too. Nothing to do till next weekend. EDC, I actually didn't serve. I wanted to, and that's a regret that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. But I tried to join the Army after high school. I was actually in the delayed entry program and was going to start basics. Literally, I was going to miss my graduation to start basics, and because I wanted to fight. Like, I graduated in 2005. So, September 2001 was a point in time in my life where it's like you're really starting to get into the boy mentality of being older and just that want to just fight, But unfortunately, even I took my ASVAB. I scored pretty high in that. My dream for myself was to get involved in law enforcement. I wanted to be military police and work your way up until you get to a little bit more of the tactical maneuvering side of it. It's like SWAT level because they have those. They have canine MPs and stuff like that. But I wanted to get up to that level, and then maybe I wanted to move to the city and get a job at a SWAT, and do that for a few years, and then I saw myself like being a state trooper and just living out retirement and being a trooper. That was the career path that I wanted, from 10th grade on. And then actually I went and blew my knee, and I couldn't leave for basics on time, and I couldn't I couldn't, actually I was going to do my basics between my 11th and 12th grade, and I talked to my recruiter and stuff, and basically we were at that point in time in the war that basically if you said I wanted to go to war right now, they would send you. Even if your unit wasn't going, they would attach you to the next outgoing unit, and you would go overseas and fight there. Like, that's where we were at that point in time. And between my junior and senior year, or during my junior year, I went and blew my knee out and had all sorts of just problems getting around, and I couldn't leave for basics because my knee was still sore because I torqued it. I healed from wrestling, and I hurt it in football, and then I couldn't go in the summertime, and I couldn't run, so I gained some weight, and then I lost it, right when I started dating my wife there. I had two choices at the time. I could go into the school, or I could join the military, and I was down to like 198 pounds, and I was going to join the Navy because they're a little bit more lenient on the heavier guys, because I've always been a bigger guy, and I just never did it. I went to school, and here I am. Oh, Jonathan, I know how that goes. I graduated high school, and because I couldn't join the military, I wanted to save up some money for school. I moved out to North Carolina, and I did construction down there for about a year, and then I was down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, like November, December, January, and me and my buddy, we'd get out of work, have one of the guys on the construction crew buy us a 30-pack. We'd keep it in a duffel bag with ice, and like just go to the beach and drink beer and hang out because nobody else was out there because it's not tourist season, and all the locals are like, I don't give a shit about this ocean. I see it all the time. So we were out there alone, just hanging out, drinking beer, walking up and down the beach in shorts and sweaters, hoodies, because the breeze coming off the ocean is still pretty cold, but there'd be people running in full like sweatpants, and they have the mask on, and they're jogging on the beach, and I'm like, what's wrong with them guys? It ain't that cold. Yeah, Darren, cool, man. My stepbrother actually was in the Navy. He retired from the Navy like 3 weeks ago. He was a drill sergeant at one point in time, or whatever the Navy calls them. I used to know the terms for all that, but I forgot now. But yeah, he just retired. Yeah, EDC, you get to that point where it's like you want to do it and you want to go and you're gung ho and this, that, and the other, and then it's like, in my case, I got hurt, and then I got fat, and then I couldn't get motivated to lose the weight, to want to get back down the way I was, and yeah, just young and dumb. I mean, I wish I had the drive to do it then that I did now. Hell, I'd be fighting right now. That's what I would be doing. Thank you to anyone who served. Especially during wartime. If you're in your 30s now, that means you enlisted during a time of war, which was a conscious decision. You knew full well that what was going to happen, and the choices that you made might lead to certain circumstances, and that's a hell of a lot braver. And I'm not dismissing anybody's service career, but if you signed up after September 1st, or September 11th, 2001, you knew that you were going to fight and you might die. Anything before that, and I don't, and like again, I'm not saying taking away from anybody's career that served prior to that, but that's, you're always going to have people enlist in some branch of the military, but after 9/11, people did it and knew well in their mind that probably at the front of their mind, I'm gonna have to fight. And we were all, as a country, we're mad enough to be like, pardon my French, but fuck yeah, I want to fight. Let's go. Yeah, Roy, I definitely have mad respect for those who did. My dad did 27 years with the Guard. Um, at that point in time, though, unfortunately, his retirement was like 2002, 2003. He had, myself, my brother, my two smallest brothers, um, going and fighting for a war for him was just, because he signed up and enlisted in the 80s, you know. 2001 and 2 and 3, he was like, I ain't about to go to war. I've done almost 30 years in this. I don't, like I said, to some people it's, like I said, that's why I have my mentality. Like, if you signed up after 9/11, you knew you were going to fight. Those who signed up before that knew they might have to fight, but it wasn't really on the horizon then. And like I said, I'm not saying that to take away or diminish anybody else's career. I'm just saying, that's from having seen my father do it. That's, you know, that's the mentality that I look at it. Like, he signed up in the 80s, like he wasn't sure if there was going to be a war or not, and then he went through Desert Storm and plus this. So, my dad, let's see here. Just don't want to. I've been rambling on, guys. I'm sorry. I want to catch up to your comments. All right. Yes, Darren. Thank you for your service. Yeah, Jonathan. Anybody down south that sees us in the wintertime, they all think we're crazy. Company commander, is that what they called him? Yeah, you can go from the MP to, you can go in almost anywhere from MP as far as law enforcement goes. You can go into FBI, CIA, you know, um, it's crazy. That's cool. Congrats for your stepdad. Um, my dad served during Desert Storm, but he served at home. And what I say there is he was part of the team that organized all the other guys that were in the National Guard, their brigade or whatever. I guess he was the one that put everything together for people to come and go during Desert Storm. He would also oversee, you know, a lot of logistics of taking care of the family, I guess, and resupplying the barracks. And he was then in charge of, people who weren't deployed but still had to do drill and like all that. He was basically put in charge of the barracks, him and a couple other guys. So he stayed home, served, still gets. And this is and this is how my father looks at it. He gets all the same perks and benefits as a VFW, somebody, a veteran of a foreign war, but he does not want to. He will not take advantage of that, use any of those programs, because he didn't fight in combat. He doesn't feel that he is qualified for that. So anything that, I don't want to say perk or any program that he could use that he would benefit from, he chooses not to. He just basically, I think he feels he didn't earn it or something. I can't. He told me once, and I don't remember what it was. So, Dad, if you watch this and I'm wrong, set me straight on it so I can let these guys know that I was wrong. I stand corrected. We're back up to 6, so somebody's back. That's cool. All right, you guys got any other questions? EDC, how come you thought I was in the military? Just question. Oh my God. What about grunt shirts, Joe? No, I was in the delayed entry program. I had taken my ASVABs, and I really wanted to go. Um, but I did never do it. And then when I was given a second opportunity, um, I didn't take it. Combat doesn't make you better. No, it doesn't. I mean, combat, and I might be speaking out of turn because I don't know, but combat's one of those things where it's like somebody. It depends on how that somebody deals with it. You know what I mean? Somebody could come out of combat and be like, it was like Tuesday to me, and the guy that was 3 feet from him could come out of it and just never be the same. So that's unless you've been shot at or had to shoot at somebody, it's I mean it's hard to say how you would even feel about any of that. So I don't like I said that's one of those things that I don't really comment on because you know I don't know. I mean anybody who serves, whether they did it at home or whether they went overseas, you know, they fought for our freedom. Just because they didn't go to Iraq or Afghanistan to do it doesn't mean that they didn't fight somehow or another or be involved in the general um, like the general mass that is our armed forces. You know, just because they didn't fight today doesn't mean 3 weeks from now they couldn't be like, you know, phone rings. Hey, I got a report, or I've got to go here. You know, Joe Vermillion. My latest video would have actually been the announcement for this live feed. The two before that were the my intro and outro. The one before that, I believe, would have been Barrel and Blade, and then that video before that was Grunt Style. No, Darren, I agree. Like I said, just because you know, just because you didn't fight in combat overseas doesn't mean that you didn't serve. You know, you had a role to play. You were a cog in a machine that was ever working towards a goal or purpose. You know, just because you weren't part of the front of the machine taking bullets doesn't mean that you weren't, you know, part of the machine that made sure that it could keep going another inch further. You know what I mean? So that's why I said mad props to anybody, whether they served or not. But to those guys that served, you know, that's you know something that I'm sure has changed them, you know, for the rest of their life. So it's you know something like that. It's just hard to comment on because, like I said, unless you've shot at or been shot at, you know, it's just crazy, you know. Jonathan Cook, yeah, I did I posted the outro and then the intro, or vice versa. But I posted one and then the other, and then the video before that was Barrel and Blade, but the video before Barrel and Blade was the Grunt Style. Which I did notice that they actually changed their sleeve. This shirt said Grunt Club, and then down here was like Grunt Style or something like that. Like they're separating their Grunt Club from their Grunt Style, or at least this particular one did. Yeah, I've tried, and I've told him that, you know, and it's that's one of those things that's weird with a person that You know, it's like, hey, Pop, why don't you do this? He's like, well, I didn't. You know, I'm not going to do that. It's like, well, why not? Well, I didn't earn it. And then you get that weird 1,000-yard stare that's like, this is a decision that has come deep within and is from somebody's like moral compass or fiber, and there is nothing that anybody's gonna say to change that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure anyone in your life that you're close with, you have seen them make that comment, like, I just don't want to. And then they go into that 1,000-yard stare that's like, there ain't nothing I'm gonna say to change that. Let's change the subject. Um, hey Christian, how you doing, buddy? How come you didn't show up tonight, you turd? It's my nephew's in the chat now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to any big gun shows this year, but I was invited by James to come down to Atlanta and go to the Blade Show, which I think I really want to do that because we were supposed to go hunting, and then a bunch of just BS happened and life got in the way, and I never made it down there to go hunting. Which actually I should have been down there almost right about now. I should have been down there to do this hunt, but it's just life got in the way and never could do it. Plus my truck's been a piece of shit. Christian, probably not for much longer, buddy. All right, dude. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I did see that you were talking about not being able to make it to SHOT Show. I wish that I could go. That would be awesome. All right, Jonathan, good, bud. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate the love and support. You're awesome, bud. I heard you took fourth in districts. Good job. Yeah, later, Jonathan. Yeah, I'd like to go to SHOT Show. That's on my bucket list for sure. I wasn't sure what else I was gonna do. I was trying to figure out a way that I could still, make up for going down and hunting with James and trying to figure out something else. And then he actually sent me a link to Blade Show, be like, yo, dude, since you're gonna be making knives, you should come down and do this. And I got thinking like, yeah, that sounds cool. I'd like to do that. It's only in Atlanta, so I could probably drive down or fly down or get a rental car or something stupid. I'm probably gonna have to freaking drive down now because I gotta buy a new truck. This is the first and last Ford I will ever own. I can promise you that. Yeah, EDC, SHOT Show would be awesome, but it's like it's in Vegas every year, right? Like it doesn't change location. Yeah, it's in Vegas, and I mean I'm in Pennsylvania, so like planning a trip to Vegas is a lot more like labor intensive than it would be to like drive down to Atlanta, stay in a hotel, go to the SHOT Show, drive back home. There's a lot more logistics that would have to go behind going to the SHOT Show because then I'd have to get my pass to the SHOT Show. I'd have to get a hotel. Then I'm gonna have to book a flight. And then I'm gonna have to get a rental car. And then I gotta do that shit for the week or whatever, 3 or 4 days that the SHOT Show is. And then I gotta return all that and then fly back home. And I don't know. No, you're flying. You're in North Carolina. So why would you drive? That's just crazy. I mean, maybe an RV if you had 3 weeks vacation, that'd be cool. So then you could, zigzag all throughout the states. I'm not that old for some excursion like that. Plan to be at something that's 3 days, but I'm gonna take 3 weeks of vacation instead to do it because I have to go see the world's biggest ball of yarn and the world's oldest longest bearded lady. I don't know. Although the hijinks of National Lampoons would be fun, but looking back at that as an adult, like if you watch National Lampoon's Vacation, you look back at it as an adult, and then like especially when you have children, you're at the point where it's like, why didn't Clark Griswold just kill everyone in his family? It's so terrible to say, but as an adult, you watch this and it's like, I would have punched my daughter in the head for saying that, or I'd like just out of furious, in parent mode. You're like, what the, why? Why wouldn't he flip out more? No, well, the shuttle bus would be cool, but you know, I would want to take like 4 hours because there's if all right, EDC, if you're going to Blade Show, then you need to go to the gun store. It's like an hour outside of Vegas and get yourself a gun rental and do some sweet ass gun rental videos, like shooting videos there. That's why I'd want a rental car. It'd be an expensive cab ride out. Um, Actually, I don't even know if the place is still open because they had like some 11 or 9-year-old girl rent that their parents rented her this Uzi to shoot, and she like killed her instructor or something. This was a few years ago. She just shot and was like, "Brrr," and he was like tried to reach over her shoulder, and it just got him. Down to 5 guys watching, 5 folks watching. Yeah, Darren, I feel you there, buddy. It's time to wrap this up. I appreciate everybody coming out here. You guys got any more last minute questions? Now's the time to do it. Unless it's going to take forever to explain it, then I'll pretend like I didn't see it. Later, Darren. Thank you for coming out, bud. Have a good night, Joe. Thank you, Roy. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody coming out. All right. Yeah, EDC, that would be awesome. The live chat soon. Yeah, well, James was in and out here. He had stuff to do, so that is what it is. People get busy. But all right, guys. Good night. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. I appreciate every one of you guys. Have a good night.